No, I talked to Shay quite some time ago, way back last season when he was on loan at Middlesbrough, and he had expressed an interest in returning at that particular time. He was playing a few games then, but I just thought, well listen, that was just I was new to it myself, just having a look at the situation, and he still has that desire to come and play. And but there's no promises have been made whatsoever. He's just he's going to come here for a few days. Aston Villa have given him permission to do so, and I'll have a look at it. You know, I think you'll probably speak to him about it. His own view. I think he retired at the time, obviously disappointed with the way things had gone in the European Championship. Sometimes you do something and you feel as if maybe you've got something left to give. No, I was only working in the assumption in terms of age, and that I know that I work with two of the very best goalkeepers in the world, and Peter Shilton and Pat Jennings, and Jennings played beyond 40 years of age. So from that viewpoint, I think if you've got the willingness and then you've got the ability and you've got the flexibility, I think as much as anything else, then if you want to continue, then okay.
You need to be playing. You need to be playing regular football.
I don't disagree with that. Absolutely, yes. I think to give yourself a proper chance. Last year he went out and loaned to Middlesbrough, and he did very, very well at that stage. But as I said, I was making my way in this job at the time, and I wanted to look at other particular options and to see how the people who had been there, like Kieran, that I knew, who had picked up an injury at the end of the season, and David Ford, that I would have known less about, and Robbie Elliott. So I'd like to see how they would have performed, and obviously the young kid at Birmingham City, Randolph. So yes, but that's not to say that I'm going to be telling club managers what to do with their players, or players indeed. That, of course, it ideally be better to be playing.
So Shay didn't make any conditions to say that he wants or
no.
He expects to be starting?
No, absolutely not. Not at all.
Would you bring 4 keepers to Tbilisi?
I'm possibly unlikely.
What does Shay bring apart from his goalkeeping?
Well, I think this is the whole thing. I think that the players, the other goalkeepers, I feel as if just speaking to them, I think if you've got enough confidence in your own ability, I think that you shouldn't worry too much about other people coming in. Not so much that there. Shay's been around the team for some time, and I think he has been excellent around the camp, or so I've been told before, and I'll just add that little bit of experience as much as anything else. And I also think that some of the goalkeepers here, particularly young Elliott, can learn from him.
It's a decision that could impact the incumbent, David Ford. So did you speak to him in particular?
No, I don't think it doesn't impact anything, really. Again, it's getting back to the point. If you're good enough, if you're going to step into the side, it's up to you, and this is it. And you're asking here about competition for places. I would really, in the scheme of things over the next couple of years, it'd be nice to have competition for places, as keenly fought all over the pitch.
Do you worry about the message it might send to the goalkeepers that were there before?
No, absolutely not. Not at all. Getting back to the very point I've made, I think you're in this here. If you feel as if you're the best, then you shouldn't worry about any competition.
And was it that thing that you felt there might be a deficit of experience, especially after Richard Dunn retiring, that you wanted maybe an older head, an experienced head in there to add to the squad?
Not always the case. I mean, Richard, of his own volition, chose to leave. It would be nice if he had decided otherwise, but that's fine. That's entirely his decision. Shay had made the decision to retire some time ago, and has rethought that. Fine. Again, I think that when you speak to Shay, and hopefully you will do, I think his situation is pretty clear. You know, wants to try and play first-team football, feels as if he's good enough now, has had his appetite whetted again, I think, for not just club football, for international football, if that's the case. But again, no guarantees whatsoever.
Was it a factor, Martin, that Roy Keane was at Aston Villa full time?
Well, Roy would have watched him training every single day, and of course I think that if you're getting an up to date on things, of course that helps. But eventually, you know, I think that you're talking about in terms of decisions. I think it's something between Shay and myself as well.
Is he actually in with a chance of playing against George or Martin? Is that goalkeeping slot over grabs?
I think that David, I think, has done well for me, and I think why shouldn't there be competition for places? I haven't picked the side yet, but again, for players in the team who have done well, shouldn't have to worry too much. But every single time you play, I think you have to prove yourself every single game. It's only when you've gone through, maybe 3 or 4 years when you've been established and the team is going very, very well, can you consider yourself, well, absolutely and utterly automatic. That's not to say that we don't have a number of players here who, one way or the other, will start the game in Georgia, simply because one, they're playing well enough, and two, there's not enough competition.
So as things stand here on Monday, David is number one.
I don't think that I will make that decision until probably sometime maybe about 2 hours before Georgia.
Mark, what's the story with the guys sitting out, injuries and stuff?
Oh, well, there's no point in me giving you a litany. I think you would fall in.
Provide an update, no problem if you want.
You're happy to have Robbie Brady back, I'm sure, anyway.
Yeah, again, he has played the European matches, hasn't had really that much time playing league football. I will try and run through them with you if you want me to. If you name them, I'll tell you.
Maybe ask better questions before we have you. We get Peter gives the injuries.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought that's what you were talking about.
I saw
okay.
on TV yesterday, Martin said he'd make a decision on his international duty in the next couple of weeks. What do you think?
Well, I haven't seen the interview, but I've been told about it. I think it's like anything else. I think John O'Shea might have made a comment today, which I would wholeheartedly agree with. I think you have to show, you have to want to play. You want to play for the country, and if that's the case, then the encouragement it would be there. But if at some stage or another, if you're indecisive about something, well, I'm not so sure that augurs brilliantly for stuff. I can't turn. I'm from my own viewpoint. That's how I would look at it. I want players who really do want to play. Now, if there is such a thing as, you can understand, young Grealish at this minute, 18 years of age, maybe having decisions to make one way or the other. I don't really want to put that sort of pressure on. But I'm talking about established players who have played for some time. Now, if Martin Noble decides that England isn't for him, then and really genuinely wants to play, then I will have a look at it. But we'll see.
There was concern over the fitness of Robbie Keane last week. He certainly looked fit enough last night, scoring that goal. Are you happy enough with him?
Well, I think that he is going to come in and join. Yeah, of course, we were pretty concerned about it because I think Alan, our doctor, was liaising with LA Galaxy the whole time, and I think that there was serious concern at one stage or another. But I think Robbie was always pretty well upbeat himself, and hopefully everything's all right and he's on the plane over.
Are you ruling him out for Wednesday, or are you possibly keeping him down for the weekend?
We'll see. We'll see again. I really would see if he's played some of the match, then I'll have a look at it.
Will you try and play a team as close to your first choice?
I think that, remember, the situation is then, and it has arisen here where I actually thought about it some time ago. The Oman game was used for a number of things. One, some of the players I felt wouldn't be, one way or the other, wouldn't play often enough for their team competitively. It's all right playing a couple of games, like Kevin Doyle has played maybe a few reserve matches for Wolves, but it's not the same. Stephen Ward has got moved to Burnley, and Fine played in the League Cup game during the course of the week. I'll obviously have to fight to get into the side. So some players, there's a few. Darren Gibson hasn't kicked a ball in earnest, really. So I think this is my opportunity also to see someone like Darren Gibson. I haven't really seen him up close now for quite some time, obviously because he was injured, and he's not been involved before in the squad. So that would be nice. I think the opportunity for one or two for me to see, and obviously one or two players who will start in the game in Georgia but haven't played that much football, I would have a look at it.
Shay Given needs a game though, doesn't he?
Well, absolutely.
So do you think he'll play against Georgia?
Oman.
Against Oman, rather.
Try and get it right. Which one?
The one on Wednesday.
As the one on Wednesday,
yeah.
Right, okay. Well, we'll see.